Hi everybody, it's me, Anna, from the Indiana channel. Will you please hit like, subscribe, and the notification button to help me keep building my channel? And will you share my video? Cha-ching! Hi you guys, it's me, and it's Saturday morning, and thank God I woke up, I meditated, I prayed, I'm feeling kind of connected today. Yeah, that's a blessing all in itself, because I had a pretty rough day yesterday, not horrible. It is what it is. Some days are better than others. Anyway, so I wanted to share this. So I was at work yesterday and I was talking to one of the girls I work with. I'm going to share this really funny story, but first I want to say this is about relationships and my uncanny gift to destructive, toxic relationships. And this is why I don't ever give any kind of relationship advice, because, well, if I ain't had a healthy one, I sure don't know how to give any. But I wanted to share this because it's a really funny story. And I told the lady I work with, I'm like, I'm going to share that on my YouTube channel. I don't care if I got 5 followers, 10, 20, 100. It's a funny story. And I got to tell you a little bit about me with relationships, though. I've been through several, and they've all been very toxic because, well, either I find what I'm comfortable with from my past. I find my comfort in narcissistic bad boys for 2 reasons. One, that's what I'm comfortable with. 2, I think I can fix them and I ain't got to work on me. If I find someone worse than I am, then I'm okay. That too, and it always gives me an excuse to be the victim. And what has happened is when I got clean and sober, this last time I have been single ever since I got clean and sober, because I realized part of my addiction is also men. Unhealthy, toxic, narcissistic men. And I'm not saying all men are bad before I even this goes any further. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm saying that my picker was bad. So I had to work on me so I could, not pick the same men or just settle for whatever was available, just so I wouldn't be alone, because I needed to feel loved and wanted and valued. And I would sacrifice just to feel that, because it was a void in my life, because I didn't love myself. So how could I genuinely love hey, that's one thing I've actually learned that I used to hear all the time was, you can't love someone, really love them the way that you're supposed to love them, if you don't love yourself. And that has been something I found to be so true, because we can't give a healthy love if we're not healthy people. We control, we manipulate, we throw temper tantrums. It's very unhealthy. We make each other miserable. We're insecure. These are all, and I'm not pointing fingers at no one in relationships. I'm only speaking for me, myself. I don't envy many people's relationships. There's very few people in my life I look at their relationships and say, I would like to have that kind of relationship one day. But it's very few. And another thing I've learned along the way is everyone comes with baggage. That there's not going to be no knight in shining armor pulling up on no white horse saying, hey, here I am. Everyone has baggage. And the baggage that I look for today has changed. But anyway, what I want to say is that I have learned, I had to stay single to work on me. 4 years to some people may seem like a long time, but I was pretty damaged when it come to relationships, and pretty damaged when it come to my own self-esteem, my insecurities, my self-doubts, my arrogance, my false pride, my ego. I had no balance whatsoever. And how this may sound, but even the worst case scenarios was the most comfortable for me, because it's what I always knew. But in this process, so I have avoided men because, and not avoided, I don't mean like I hate men. I am not a man basher. I have avoided dating and relationships and putting my eggs in a basket, because I've learned when I put my eggs in a basket, I no longer focus on me and everything's about them. And then my sobriety and my emotional stability and my health is completely at risk. I've had to do a lot of soul searching And the hardest thing I figured out was in every relationship that I had, I was the common denominator. So whether it was because of something that somebody else did or not, it definitely was. I picked him. I picked him. I remember one time I told my sponsor, I got in a relationship early in recovery. One of the jokes in recovery is, I met a guy, and it was really funny. She said, how did she put it to me? She said, well, you can't get clean and sober and just think that your knight in shining armor is going to show up on a white horse and nobody's going to come with baggage. That's not reality. This is reality. People are people, and everybody has something going on. Okay, well, I'm trying not to make this video too long, but when it comes to relationships, I got nothing to say, but a lot to say. So I was telling this story to my friend last night, and I was like, and her husband, and I said, so you guys, I'm single. And he said, well, what's single got to do with this story? I was like, well, it's got everything to do with this story because it's who I am. And so I'm going home from work the other day, and I'm driving down the road, and, I'm thinking, about work and everything that happened. And I've got my hands on the steering wheel, and I'm driving down the road, and I see this nice convertible pull up next to me with tinted windows. Now I can't see who's in it, and I'm not really even looking, but out of my peripheral, I see this car scoot up next to me, and then I speed up a little bit, and it scooted up next to me again on my driver's side, and I sped up a little bit more, and then it sped up too, and so I slowed down, and it slowed down too, and I will not even turn my head. Now this is fear, so I won't even turn my head, and so this car slows down, goes behind me, goes over onto the passenger side, and is doing the same thing. And we do this 3 or 4 times, and literally I will not turn my head. I got both hands gripped on the steering wheel, focused straight on the road in front of me. And I literally start acting like I'm singing, so it looks like I'm not paying attention or if anything around me. My radio was not even on. Okay. But I go through this whole process, and then the car finally just takes off. Right. And I'm like, thank God. Because in Kevin Harts' voice, she isn't ready. So I go to work the next morning, and I'm telling the lady I work with, and I know you know who I'm talking about, and I told you I was going to tell the story. So I'm telling her what happened. I'm like, man, I don't know why I was like scared to death. I didn't even want to make eye contact. I wasn't going to flirt. I wasn't going to do anything. I was like, here, I think I'm ready to date. And I'm like, I was petrified. And we're laughing, and I'm telling him like, yeah, she isn't ready. So about 2 hours later, a guy from the office comes back to the shipping department. He said, hey, he said, I saw you yesterday. I was trying to wave at you. I pulled up next to you on this side. I come around. I was like, that was you? He said, yeah, you was just driving along, singing away. And I just busted out laughing. And the lady that I work with is cracking up. And so I didn't tell him that my radio wasn't on, that I was petrified. But so he walks away. And she said, you know what? If you don't tell him, I'm going to. So a little while later, I had to tell him the story. Like my radio wasn't even, it was such a funny story. You'd had to really been there to appreciate it. But this is where I'm going with this, is like, fear can paralyze us at any cost. Like we have, if you shut down from any situation, you're always going to be stuck in the same place that you are. Like, for instance, like okay, here goes one, to check out an apartment or to check on a car or anything like that. If it's something you want and you let fear paralyze you and you don't move forward with it, the answer will always be no. So if you believe in your heart of heart that the answer is going to be no, that is what paralyzes you. It's our way of thinking. We think ourselves into a negative thought. Anyway, and that comes with dating. That comes with, wanting to move forward. It comes with my book. It comes with an apartment, a home. It comes with a car. Because you know what, I'm going through that right now, and so I just want everybody to know that. Like, I don't give relationship advice because obviously I've not had a good one, but I just wanted to share how fear can paralyze someone. Because it's okay to date. It's okay to flirt. It's okay. It's part of life, and if it's not meant for me, that's okay too, because if I'm supposed to be alone and just help other people, that's where it's at. But I don't want to react on fear anymore today. I don't want to be fearful of communicating with the opposite sex. I don't want to be fearful of trying to find a car. I don't want to be fearful of trying to find a home. I don't want to be fearful of being rejected because of my book, because I believe all these things I deserve. And I believe as long as I keep doing the next right thing, everything is going to come into place when it's supposed to. Anyway, I just wanted to share that video because there's some humor in that. And I know this is kind of long, but believe in yourself and have confidence. And even if the answer is no sometimes, don't let rejection paralyze you. Do not let the fear of rejection paralyze who you are. That comes with a job. Anything. And I come back to having the right people in your life are important. You know, even if you're going after something that you shouldn't be going after, and I don't mean like drugs or stuff like that. I mean something that's better for your life, and people don't support you. I'm telling you, they're not your people, because they should be telling you, try it, go for it. And if it doesn't work, they should be like, okay, try again, keep trying. Anyway, I just wanted to share this today. So, and this is not a video for I'm trying to date or I'm trying to get anything. This is a video sharing about who I am and becoming more comfortable in my own skin to share who I really am and my own life experiences, because that's what this YouTube video is about. Healing, love, healing ourselves so we can help our children heal, kindness, compassion, honesty, recovery, trust. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope everybody has a really, really good weekend, and pray for me, because I really am praying for everybody else and for myself too. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a really good day. Will you please share my video and hit like, subscribe, and the notification button to help me keep building my channel. Cha-ching! Thanks, you guys. I love you.